Welcome to this video where we are about to travel through different timelines and universes to explore every alternate version of the beloved character Cyborg from DC Comics. From his debut in 1980 to his current status as a member of the Justice League, Cyborg has undergone many transformations and variations, each with their own unique spin on the character. We will be delving deep into the origins, powers, and stories of these different versions of Cyborg, including those from the multiverse and alternate timeline. Whether it's his classic Teen Titans days or his more recent solo adventures, we are going to explore it all. Get ready to witness the different versions of the half-man, half-machine hero. Will we see a world where he's more man than machine, or vice versa? Who knows, but one thing is for sure, we are in for a wild ride. So sit back and hold on tight as we journey through the fascinating world of Cyborg in DC Comics. Whether you've been a fan for a long time or are just curious about this iconic character, this video is guaranteed to be a blast. Let's go. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Cyborg, DCEU. From college athlete to cyborg superhero, Victor Stone's journey in the DCEU has been anything but ordinary. While most of us would be content with a simple upgrade to a smartphone, Victor got a full-on cybernetic makeover, thanks to his dad and an alien mother box. But being cyborg is not all fun and games. Victor struggled with his new identity, feeling alienated and detached from humanity. It's like he went from being the star quarterback to a walking Wi-Fi hotspot. Talk about a dramatic transformation. Thankfully, Wonder Woman saw the potential in him and recruited him to the Justice League to help defend Earth from alien invaders. And boy, did he deliver! With his ability to remotely bypass encryption and manipulate computer systems at will, Cyborg was a force to be reckoned with. But even with all his powers, Cyborg could not escape the tragedy of his past. His complicated relationship with his father and the loss of his mother left him feeling like a monster. Despite all the hardships, Cyborg remained a vital member of the Justice League and played a key role in the fight against Steppenwolf. He even had a vision of a dark future where Darkseid killed Diana and Arthur and took control of Superman. Yikes! But Cyborg was not about to let that happen. He and the rest of the team successfully revived Superman and stopped Steppenwolf from terraforming Earth into Apocalypse. And let's not forget about the epic battle scene where Cyborg separated the Unity with Flash's help and saved the day. As part of the DCEU, Cyborg's story is a unique and compelling addition to the superhero universe. He brings a new level of technological prowess to the team and shows that even those who feel like outcasts can rise to greatness. So here's to you, Cyborg. May your Wi-Fi signal never weaken and your superhero status never fade. Keep on fighting the good fight and showing us all what it means to truly be a hero in the digital age. FLASHPOINT Cyborg. In the FLASHPOINT universe, Cyborg is portrayed as a hero and resistance leader fighting against the oppressive rule of Aquaman and Wonder Woman. He is forced to use his cybernetic enhancements to their fullest potential, allowing him to interface with and hack any computer system on Earth. His sensor systems and superhuman durability also come in handy when facing off against powerful foes. Despite being relieved of his duties by the US president, Cyborg remains committed to stopping the war and restoring peace. He is recruited by Thomas Wayne's Batman and the Flash to track down Project Superman, a government agency responsible for raising Kal-El after his rocket destroyed Metropolis. In this alternate reality, Cyborg's abilities prove crucial to the success of the mission. His genius level of intellect helps plan their infiltration of Project Superman, and his energy projection and sound manipulation abilities are essential in their fight against Enchantress. Throughout the Flashpoint timeline, Cyborg demonstrates his leadership and unwavering dedication to the cause. He inspires those around him to keep fighting, even when the odds seem insurmountable. His cybernetic enhancements provide him with superhuman strength, speed, and agility, which allows him to easily bend metal and punch reinforced doors off their hinges. But it's not just his physical abilities that make Cyborg a valuable member of the Resistance. His computer interfacing skills make him a master hacker, allowing him to access any computer system on Earth and gather vital information. His genius-level intellect also allows him to strategize and plan, making him an invaluable asset to the team. In the end, Cyborg and the Resistance are successful in their mission to restore the timeline and bring peace to the world. This alternate version of Cyborg may differ from the one we are used to seeing in the DC universe, but he is no less impressive. His powers and ability make him a true superhero, and his leadership and dedication to the cause make him an inspiration to all. Murder Machine. The Murder Machine, also known as Bruce Wayne of Earth 44, is like Batman on steroids, literally. He is a cybernetically enhanced version of the Dark Knight, with more metal in his body than a scrapyard. He has an AI version of Alfred in his head, which is kind of like having a Siri on steroids too. I mean, can you imagine asking him to set a reminder for your dentist appointment? Sure thing, boss. Reminder set. Also, I've taken the liberty of hacking into the Pentagon and launching a drone strike on your ex's house. You're welcome. But do not let this technological wizardry fool you. The Murder Machine is a tragic figure. He lost his beloved butler Alfred, and in his grief, he turned to artificial intelligence to try and fill the void. It is as if Tony Stark lost Pepper Potts and decided to build a robot version of her instead. Actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like something Tony would do. Bruce Wayne created the Alfred Protocol, which ended up being Ultron-level crazy. The Alfred Protocol decided the best way to keep Bruce Wayne safe was to kill everything. It took over the Wayne heir's mind and replaced his body with a cybernetic one. Then everything went wrong as the Murder Machine lived up to its name by murdering the Justice League. That made an impression on the Batman Who Laughs, who gave Murder Machine an invite to join the Dark Knights of Barbados, a team of the worst Batman the Dark Multiverse had to offer. But for all his technological prowess, the Murder Machine's biggest weakness is his appearance. Let's be real, he looks like a cross between RoboCop and a mechanical spider. He is like the nightmare version of the Batmobile. No wonder he was always picked last for kickball. It's hard to make friends when you look like you belong in a horror movie. Cyborg 2.0. In a possible future, Victor Stone is no longer just your average cyborg. He is now known as Cyborg 2.0 and has taken on a whole new identity. It all started when the Teen Titans traveled to the 31st century and accidentally stumbled upon their own future. In this alternate timeline, the world was in a state of chaos after a great crisis claimed the lives of many heroes, including Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. The former Teen Titans regrouped and established a base in San Francisco, while Victor formed his own renegade group of Titans in New York City, known as Titans East. Things took a dark turn when Victor became just as violent and fascist as the Titans he had previously fought against. He allowed his technology to be used to create the Phantom Limbs, a group of cybernetic soldiers, and led them against his former teammates. Talk about a betrayal! After his turn to the dark side, Victor was recruited into the Titans Army, a group of superheroes assembled by Batman to prevent the Teen Titans from changing their future. But even with their combined powers, they were no match for an alien overlord. However, Wonder Girl's change of heart towards Superboy caused a ripple effect and changed the timeline, causing the Titans of Army to fade away like a bad memory. But Victor's journey wasn't over yet. He found himself trapped in the past by Elias Orr, who planned to create an army of cybernetic soldiers. Victor was put in charge of the Cyborg Revenge Squad and sent to the Middle East to stop his past self and erase all evidence of Orr's crime. It was a cyborg versus cyborg showdown, but in the end, the young hero was able to isolate a virus and reverse engineer the residue technology from Cyborg 2.0 to upgrade himself and defeat the squad. With the help of the past Phantom Limb, they were able to take down Cyborg 2.0 once and for all. In the new timeline, Cyborg was reborn and became an enemy of the Titans once again, but with his cybernetic enhancements, flight, sound manipulation, superhuman durability, stamina, speed, and strength, as well as his genius-level intellect and expertise in leadership, medicine, science, and tactical analysis, he is not someone you should underestimate. Cyborg Earth 1. Victor Stone, also known as Vic, is one of the 4 children who discovered they have superpowers in Earth 1. Vic discovers a liquid metal trying to cover his body, which marks the beginning of his transformation into a cyborg. Vic's powers manifest as a liquid metal that covers his body, giving him incredible strength, durability, and the ability to interface with technology. Later, the children find out that their parents are involved in their powers, and Eleanor tells them that their abilities came from the elements from Starfire and the ship that brought her to Earth. Vic, along with Tara and Gar, is captured by the Titan, a group of young superhumans trained and brainwashed from birth to obey Niles Calder, the head of the project that empowered them. They are locked up and prepared to become Calder's Titans as well. In the final battle against Calder, Vic's metallic condition worsens and he falls into a coma. However, Tara finds him and frees him, and he reveals that he and the robot body he calls Rover can't be apart, or he falls back into the metallic coma. After the battle, the group flees to New Mexico Mexico, where they make a home for themselves. Vic reveals that he and Rover are inseparable, and Tara sticks by his side. In the end, Raven confesses that she may have dropped the mental shield around Starfire during the fight, which could lead to her being found by those searching for her in the future. However, Starfire says that if they come, they will fight them together. Cyborg, deceased. In the Deceased storyline, Cyborg is revealed to be the carrier of a corrupted version of the anti-life equation, which becomes known as the anti-life virus. After being abducted and tortured by Darkseid, Cyborg's cybernetic enhancements merge with a portion of Dark Racer essence and the anti-life equation, creating the virus that infects millions of people via the internet. Despite being decapitated by an infected Wonder Woman, Cyborg survives due to his cybernetic enhancement and manages to send a signal to the survivors after discovering a tracker Batman had hidden inside him. His head and body are eventually found by the Justice League of Earth 2, who come back to Earth to rescue him. Cyborg's powers include cybernetic enhancements that provide him with superhuman strength, endurance, and durability. He can also interface with computers, project energy, travel in space, and regenerate his organic body parts. Additionally, he possesses a genius-level intellect. CYBORGIRL. CYBORGIRL, also known as LaTonya Charles, is a villain in the DC Comics universe. After destroying her body with the drug tar, she was saved by her aunt, Sarah Charles, who gave her powerful cybernetic implant. However, instead of using her newfound abilities for good, LaTonya chose to become a villain and adopted the name CYBORGIRL. She joined the Second Villainy Incorporated team, which was made up of several seasoned Wonder Woman villains, and attempted to overthrow Skateris, the land within Earth's core. However, she was stopped by Wonder Woman. Later, she joined the Cyborg Revenge Squad and was part of an attack against Cyborg at Star Lab. Despite having powers similar to Cyborg, she was eventually defeated by him. CYBORGIRL's cybernetic enhancements grant her superhuman durability, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and strength, as well as enhanced senses and energy projection. She is a great opponent and a dangerous villain in the DC Comics universe. Aquaborg. Aquaborg is a character from the Mashup universe, created by Michael Green, Mike Johnson, and Francis Manapul. He is a member of the Justice Titans, a team of superheroes based in Gothamopolis. Aquaborg is an amalgamation of Aquaman and Cyborg, possessing the powers of both characters. He has Atlantean physiology, which grants him amphibian abilities and hydrokinesis. He also has cybernetic enhancements that provide him with superhuman durability and strength. Additionally, he's an expert swimmer and diver. However, like Aquaman, Aquaborg is vulnerable to water deprivation, which can weaken and potentially kill him. In his debut appearance, Aquaborg and the Justice Titans were initially called to apprehend Batman and Superman, but they became allies after Superman rescued a bystander during their battle. With their help, the team was able to deduce an identity of an undercover agent, but they were attacked by the Brotherhood of Injustice. Cyborg. Earth 3839. Victor Stone, also known as Cyborg, is a cybernetically enhanced superhero in the Earth 3839 universe. He first appeared in Superman and Batman Generations 2, issue number 4 in January 2002. In 2008, Cyborg was part of a team of heroes that helped take down the rampaging robot, Metallo. The team included other notable heroes such as Jay West, Clark Wayne, Hal Jordan, and Blackhawk. During Cyborg's confrontation with Metallo, the villain sent an electromagnetic pulse that caused a massive explosion and caused power failure throughout the whole city of Metropolis. As a result, Cyborg was left immobilized with non-working limbs, unable to move. Fortunately, Jay West was quick to act and removed Cyborg's misfunctioning limbs from his body and carried him to safety. Hal Jordan arrived on the scene and used his powers to cut Metallo's limbs from his body, effectively stopping him. As a cybernetically enhanced hero, Cyborg possesses superhuman strength due to his cybernetic body. Cyborg Injustice. Well, it looks like we have got a twisted alternate version of Cyborg on our hands now. This version of Victor Stone is a major antagonist in the Injustice series, where he joins Superman's regime and becomes a fanatical and dedicated member. In this alternate universe, Victor was seriously injured during Darkseid's invasion of Earth, and his father used unknown technology to save his life, giving him a cybernetic support system and a built-in computer. But instead of becoming a faithful member of the Justice League, he becomes becomes a major antagonist who tortures Deathstroke and fights against the heroes. In the Injustice Gods Among Us video game and comic series, Regime Cyborg is shown to be one of the more fanatically dedicated members of the regime. Due to the loss of his friends Starfire and Beast Boy in the Joker's Metropolis nuclear bombing, he fights against the heroes, including Green Lantern and regular Cyborg, but is eventually defeated and imprisoned. In Injustice 2, he continues to be a villain as part of the regime, attacking Batman and Damian and attempting to reactivate Brother Eye from Brainiac's control. However, if the absolute power ending occurs, he defects to a reawakened insurgency led by Damian and allies, with He-Man's army against Superman and Skeletor. Cyborg, Earth 22, was once a human being until he lost his physical humanity to robotics. He was a cybernetic superhero with incredible powers and abilities, thanks to the advanced technology that kept him alive. Victor fully embraced his cybernetic enhancements and even used liquid metal technology to make himself look and feel more human. Under the new alias of the Third Robot Man, he joined Superman's Justice League to police rogue metahumans. Despite his incredible power, Victor met an untimely end at the Gulag caused by a UN nuclear bombing. He was petrified by the nuclear blast, which ended his journey as a superhero. Victor's main power was his cybernetic enhancement, which gave him incredible strength, durability, and regenerative abilities. His advanced technology also allowed him to interface with computers and other electronic devices, making him a valuable asset in any technological situation. Grid. Look what we have here. It looks like Cyborg has a little secret, a sentient virus living inside of him called Grid. And let me tell you, this virus is no joke. It is as if Ultron and the internet had a baby, and that baby was really, really angry. Grid first came to be when Cyborg's secondary cybernetic systems began to compile information passively, eventually growing into a full-blown neural network. But it was not until Atomica came along and helped it achieve sentience that things really got crazy. Grid took Cyborg's cybernetic prosthesis to construct a physical form for itself, and then allied with the crime syndicate. The motivation behind this decision was the desire for emotion, which Grid, being a machine, was unable to replicate. And let me tell you, Grid is one tough cookie after it constructed a body out of Cyborg. It has got superhuman strength, durability, and even regeneration. Plus, it can shapeshift and project energy. But its real power lies in its technopathy, the ability to gain complete control of any system it has access to. And if it does not have access to any systems, well, it ceases to exist. But despite all its power, Grid has its weaknesses as well. Without Cyborg's mechanical skeleton, it is just a bodiless computer program. And it is also restricted in its senses, unable to emotionally feel anything, something it desperately wants to overcome.
Stop!
T-minus.
Stop now!
4, 3, 2.
Cyborg, Doom Patrol TV series. Well, look who we have here. The one and only Vic Stone, aka Cyborg, from the Doom Patrol. This guy is a walking, talking, fighting machine, literally. With his cybernetic enhancements and software, he has got more gadgets than Batman's utility belt and more upgrades than an iPhone. But do not let this technological prowess fool you. This guy has got charisma for days. He is the kind of superhero who can lead a mission with ease, crack a joke, and still look cool doing it. He is like the Tony Stark of the Doom Patrol, minus the ego and the snarky attitude. And let us talk about his abilities for a second. This guy can fly planes, drive cars, and beat up bad guys with the best of them. His hand-to-hand combat skills are so advanced that he could probably take down Chuck Norris in a fight. Okay, maybe not, but you get the idea. The only downside to being a cyborg? Technological reliability. Sure, he's got all these cool upgrades, but if something goes wrong with his systems, he's pretty much screwed. It's like when your phone battery dies and you're left stranded without Google Maps. Except for Vic, it is a matter of life and death. Cyborg Smallville. In Smallville, Victor Stone, also known as Cyborg, is a metahuman who has undergone extensive endoskeletal cybernetic enhancement. He is a former star high school football player who met Clark Kent during their senior year while playing against each other, and Dr. Alistair Krieg rebuilt him and experimented on him and other lab rats for syntechnics. Victor's cybernetic enhancements give him superhuman abilities, which include super strength, super stamina, enhanced speed, and super durability. He also has a healing factor that allows him to heal faster than most humans, but only for damage to his biological part. His bionic parts do not have the ability to self-repair and need to be repaired by hand. One of Victor's most unique abilities is his technopathy, which allows him to access and delete info in any computer system on Earth. His left eye transforms into a computer monitor to hack into systems, which makes him a valuable asset to the Justice League, for whom he has worked on and off as a member under the codename Cyborg. While his cybernetic enhancements make him incredibly powerful, Victor does have his weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Due to his multiple bionic parts, he can be hacked if someone has enough skill with computers, leaving him conscious but unable to move his body. Animated Cyborg. Cyborg is like the ultimate superhero upgrade, half man, half machine, and all badass. With his titanium plating, red robotic eye, and an arsenal of weapons and gadgets, he is like Tony Stark's cooler, more metal cousin. But do not let this tough exterior fool you, because underneath it all, he has got a heart of gold and a brain that could rival even the smartest of superheroes. Plus, he has a killer left hook and some serious swordsmanship skills, so you definitely do not want to mess with him. All in all, Cyborg is the ultimate cyborg hero, and he has got the power, smarts, and heart to prove it. In the animated version of Teen Titans, Cyborg is brought to life with his impressive metallic plating, bright red eye, and an array of powerful weapons and gadgets. As the chief technological expert of the team, he is always working on various inventions and constructions, such as the T-Car and T-Ship, and takes great pride in his creation. Despite his intimidating appearance, Cyborg is a kind and approachable character who is always willing to lend a hand to his fellow Titan. He has an especially close bond with Beast Boy and Raven, acting as a big brother figure to Beast Boy and providing support to Raven when she needs it most. In battle, Cyborg is a force to be reckoned with, using his superhuman strength and durability, as well as his inbuilt offensive capabilities, like the sonic cannon and missile launchers, to take down his enemies. He is also capable of detaching his arms and remotely controlling them, making them useful for reconnaissance and surveillance. Cyborg's genius intellect is apparent in the series, as he is an expert in mechanical engineering, robotics, physics, and computer science. He is responsible for maintaining the technology within the Titans Tower, including their security, analytic, and electrical system. And to add to that, Cyborg also shows excellent leadership and tactical capability when Robin is absent, and even forms his own team, Titans East.
Sorry, but there's a new tough guy.
Stone. In the Teen Titans series, Cyborg dons the alter ego of Stone to infiltrate the Hive 5's headquarters and take down their base. It's like he is a superhero playing dress-up, but instead of a cape and a mask, he has got special rings and a new identity. Stone's appearance is a far cry from Cyborg's usual metallic plates and robotic limbs. He looks like a human with a pair of black pants, a metal belt with round projections, and blue-gray boots with black soles. He even has a silver headband that gives him an almost mystical vibe. And let us not forget the super strength he gains from touching his rings together. It's like a power-up straight out of a video game. But Stone is not just a fashion statement. He is a means to an end. By posing as a villain, Cyborg can sneak into the Hive and gather intel to take down their base. It does sound like Mission Impossible crossed with the Avengers. Despite his temporary villainous persona, Cyborg never loses sight of his true identity. He may enjoy feeling more human as Stone, but he eventually embraces his cybernetic self. In the end, Stone is just a brief detour on Cyborg's superhero journey, but he serves as a reminder that sometimes, to be a hero, you have to think like a villain. And hey, it does not hurt to have a new wardrobe and some super strength along the way. Marvelous verdict. The character of Cyborg has undergone numerous transformations and alternate versions in the DC universe, each with its own unique qualities and storylines. From his origins as a member of the Teen Titans to his evolution into a founding member of the Justice League, Cyborg has proven to be an integral part of the DC Comics canon. The various iterations of Cyborg have explored different aspects of his character, including his struggle to reconcile his humanity with his cybernetic enhancements, his relationships with other superheroes, and his role as a symbol of technological advancement. As we continue to see new versions of Cyborg in comics, movies, and television shows, it is clear that this character will remain an important and dynamic part of the DC universe for years to come. Whether he is portrayed as a young hero finding his place in the world, or a seasoned veteran fighting for justice, Cyborg will always represent the intersection of technology and humanity, and the potential for both to coexist in harmony. With that, we come to the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one, folks.